The Welcome to the Show podcast is independently produced by me, CT, and Manny Gomez. Help people find our show by taking 2 minutes to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you listen. Thank you. What's going on, everybody? It's the Welcome to the Show podcast. I'm CT, and my co-host is a gentleman by the name of Manny.
Tis moi. Wazza.
Manny, what's crack-a-lackin'?
All good, man. Postseason time is here. The best time of the year. October is here.
Yeah, man. I remember those days, October in 2018.
Yeah.
When my team was in the postseason.
I hope you really cherished those moments, CT, and have a good memory of just how phenomenal that season was for the Boston Red Sox.
Red Sox
I'm not gonna say
fans
why.
never,
I'm just gonna say just remember it.
Red Sox fans never take moments like that for granted, man, because we inherited the 86 years of not winning a World Series, and we cherish all the Red Sox championships. All right?
Hold it near and dear.
I just dropped the coin. Manny.
Yeah.
So, I heard through the grapevine that you, my friend,
Me?
bought a movie ticket over the weekend. That's true.
No, I did not purchase a movie ticket, but I did watch it on my television. We are speaking of the remake of Aladdin, the live-action remake with Will Smith in it. And I was kind of surprised by it. I was pleasantly surprised by it, CT. I'm not going to lie. I went into it a little hesitant because Aladdin was one of my favorite movies. It was like my favorite Disney movie at the time. That, The Lion King, Toy Story, movies like that. That was around the same time. And at first I was let down a little bit because I felt like the character who played Aladdin didn't have like the charisma, was kind of slow moving. I don't know. I feel like he needed more character or something. But then, just like in the cartoon, when they're in the Cave of Wonders and he's trying to retrieve the lamp or whatever, and they find the genie, that's where the movie, and I feel like the cartoon too, kind of take a turn and it becomes like something else, something entirely different. And I thought it was the same thing with the movie. I thought Will Smith played a good genie. And I liked it. You know, I'll watch it again. Fuck it.
What did you think of Men in Black 3?
Didn't watch it, CT. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah?
As well, but you know, it's what you would think of a movie that was like a decade old and bring back Will Smith and he had his hair dyed and stuff, and it's kind of like what you thought it would be, but it was all right.
His movies, I feel like his career hasn't lived up to what it should have been. Like I think he's like his Instagram is an amazing follow. Like if you use Instagram, follow Will Smith. His page is, perfect. And he's still a very likable person. Like if he's in a movie, you get excited for it. You kind of want to watch it. But I feel like if we break down his IMDb page in half, the first half is way better than the second half. Like the first half has his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Time, Bad Boys, Independence Day, the first Men in Black, Enemy of the State, underrated movie, good movie.
I love that movie.
Very good movie. Let's see. Ali, like that was a
great movie.
Great movie. Then you slice it in half right there, and you get to Bad Boys 2, which is kind of like, okay.
Yeah. But
I, Robot was Hitch. I liked Hitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Hitch was good. That
was a funny movie. I Am Legend was kind of Hancock sucked. I thought. I didn't like Hancock.
I kind of liked Hancock. I just didn't get it. There was not enough backstory. Like what? I don't know. Whatever. But
yeah, Suicide Squad sucked.
I didn't watch Suicide Squad. I did watch 7 Pounds, and that movie was random, but I kind of liked it. I guess as a 16-year-old at the time, or 17-year-old, whatever I was at the time. Men in Black 3 was okay. I never watched After Earth. Anchorman 2, which he had just a minor role in. I thought Anchorman 2 kind of sucked.
Oh my God. Watch it again.
All right, I will. I will do that.
Thank you.
But is it that Will Smith just sucks at acting? Because I don't think it's. I see that in his roles, he's still a very likable character in whatever movie he is. So could it just be the movie and the script?
I don't think he sucks. I think that his film selection as an actor is kind of odd. Like, he's in a lot of sci-fi movies. If you look through his entire thing, he's in a lot of sci-fi movies. But I feel like his best performances come like when he's in a serious role, like in what's that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness or Ali. He's really good. He's a really good actor. Even in I Am Legend, it was a pretty good performance. But it's when he picks these random movies, like that Netflix movie Bright. That shit sucked. Like, I think I watched like an hour of it and I turned it off. I mean, not even an hour.
Damn.
And they're making a sequel of that, and
I forgot
stuff
to watch
like that. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't really understand. He's making a new one, Gemini Man. Like, a lot of sci-fi movies. This one actually looks pretty interesting, but I always am weary going into a movie where he's playing himself in two different roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's playing himself as an adult, I think, and as a young man, or like they replicated his genes or something, so he's kind of fighting himself. Movies like that kind of make me feel like, okay, like, I don't know, this is probably the CGI, is it going to be good, is it going to look fake? But it's getting a lot of attention. So, and I think Gemini Man is a remake too, by the way. But I don't know, I like Will Smith. I give him an A+. I like him.
Yeah, I'm a Will Smith fan, but I can honestly tell you Bad Boys 4 does not look good. Oh man, I'm so confused. What was Bad Boys 3?
That hasn't come out yet. That's gonna come out. Bad Boys for Life, and then they already have Bad Boys 4 lined up.
Nah, all right, nah. This is crazy already, man. I can already tell Bad Boys for Life isn't gonna be good.
It's the money. It's like you said. It's the money aspect of it. You know, Bad Boys for Life is gonna make a ton of money.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna have one moment where he's like, "That's that bullshit."
That's that bullshit.
Anyways, guys, we're the Welcome to the Show podcast. We do have another podcast called The Replay where we do talk about stuff like this, but this isn't it. So sorry for you sports fans whose time we wasted, but you're probably a Will Smith fan if you're a fan of this show, you know?
Welcome to Earth.
We're kind of like that. Yeah, see, those one-liners, man, that's what made Will Smith the money back in the day. The postseason is upon us. Tomorrow, 2 wildcard games will be played. Nationals versus the Brewers, which we were way off with the Brewers. We didn't think the Brewers would get there.
No.
And the AL
they almost
wild
won
card,
the division. Shit.
Yeah, it's the National League, man. Right? Mm-hmm. And we got the AL wild card, the Oakland Athletics versus the Tampa Bay Rays. I kind of want Oakland to come out of this because I feel like Oakland is just that. I don't know, man. It's the Rays. I don't believe in the Rays, so I'm believing in Oakland.
Okay.
What you think?
So I looked up on 538 today. If you guys don't check out 538, Nate Silver, he's the geekiest guy of all time, and he does a lot of polling and stats and shit like that. And I went in to see like who's favored for these games, and for the National League matchup, the Nats, of course, are favored over the Brewers, and the A's are favored over the Rays. I agree that the Nats should run away with this. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Nats made it to the World Series. That's how high I am on the Nats right now.
Yeah.
And as far as the A's and the Rays, I kind of have a feeling that the A's are going to sneak by, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Rays surprises. Why? Because Austin Meadows is hot again. Glasnow's back. Snell's back. So they have a decent rotation, decent starting rotation, decent bullpen, and they have, respectable hitting. So they have a pretty good team.
Yeah, and Charlie Morton's pitching that game, so the Oakland pitcher still hasn't been announced, but you're gonna like your chances if Charlie Morton is your starting pitcher, man. That guy is on steroids clearly, but has not been caught yet.
He took the magic juice from the Astros and brought it to Tampa.
Yeah, that Mike's special juice. From,
whatever it is, Space Jam.
From Space Jam. Yeah. Haha, good times, man. Used to love that McDonald's promo with Space Jam. Anyways, guys, we're going to get into some headlines real quick with this blazing hot headline that just came in right now. Angels fire Brad Asmus after 1 season.
Fucking crazy.
The Angels lost 90 games. Real quick, before we move on from this, what was the point of hiring this guy if you knew you weren't going to have Shohei Ohtani to pitch, which is a big part of that team, I feel. I mean, you're paying this guy a ton of money to pitch and hit. He delivers on the hitting side. Wouldn't you want to see what this guy could do with Ohtani pitching?
Yep. and Pujols is a year closer to his AARP card or whatever. Yeah. Andrelton Simmons had a bad year, and then he was injured. La Stella got hurt. Like, I don't know. I have some theories. CT.
This guy, I forget his name, but he passed away mid-season. That could have been an easy thing. Tyler Skaggs passed away mid-season. I mean, I don't when an organization fires a manager in any sport, when they part ways with a manager after one season, just goes to show you what that organization has no idea what they're doing. In my opinion.
And mind you, they held on to Mike Scioscia for 19 years, and then
Seriously.
they hired Brad Asmus and only give him 1 year. Like, so
Imagine
yeah, I
he
have
just comes
theories.
back.
I don't. Yeah, right. I don't know if you want me to get into what my theory is.
Let's get through. Yeah, we'll hold off for a second. Let's just get through these headlines, see if anything else comes up along the way.
Okay.
Speaking of managers parting ways, Cubs part ways with Joe Maddon after 5 seasons, a World Series championship in 2016, and they went to the National League Championship Series 2015, 2016, 2017. I think Joe Maddon was quoted saying that we were a couple of hits away from going to the World Series three straight years, which is cool and all, but you guys way underperformed this season. It's not like you Darvish wasn't pitching better than last year, or that Javi Baez still wasn't putting up a decently MVP-ish type of season, or that Anthony Rizzo falling off. You know, Chris Bryant kind of fell off a little bit, but he still put together a pretty good season. I don't know. I honestly think the Cubs underachieved.
And there was rumblings earlier in the season that, you know, the front office and Joe Maddon weren't seeing eye to eye. So there was rumors of Maddon being fired like long before this. So
yeah,
you know,
and Chris Bryant getting traded.
Yeah, I thought that this was going to happen regardless of what the results were.
Yeah. And another manager, Pirates, fired Clint Hurdle after 9 seasons. The Pirates were 69-92 this season. This is their first last place finish since 2010. His overall record was 735 to 720. 9 seasons, man. Like, crazy. I don't know. That seems like an eternity now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways, Ronald Acuna Jr. I don't know. The Pirates are kind of like irrelevant, so like we'll keep moving. Ronald Acuna Jr. led National League in runs scored and stolen bases. He's the first player to do this since Tim Raines of the Expos in 1983. That year, Tim Raines. What was that?
Not Tim Raines. Acuna, the GOAT. He's gonna be the next GOAT.
Oh,
greatest of all time.
Tim Raines. In 1983, Tim Raines scored 133 runs and stole 90 bases. You'll never see 90 bases stolen again, I guarantee it.
Nope.
Garrett Cole breaks the MLB record of 10 strikeouts or more in 9 straight starts. MLB attendance was down 2% this season, but national TV ratings were up 10% in TBS, 8% in Fox, and 2% ESPN Sunday night. People still watch those Sunday night games. I do. Let's go. Dodgers break their franchise record, Dodgers set a franchise record of 106 wins. Could this be the year that they finally win it all?
Nope.
Manny Machado, quote, "I played like shit" in his first year with the Padres. Why do these guys do this to themselves, man? Like, shit. Pete Alonso led all Major League Baseball home runs and broke Aaron Judge's all-time, all rookie record of 53 home runs. Well, the record was 52. Yeah, the record was 52 home runs set by Aaron Judge in 2017. Pete Alonso broke that, 53 home runs. That led all majors this year. Justin Verlander gets his 3,000th strikeout and his 300th strikeout of the season.
Unbelievable.
He's the 18th pitcher to notch 3,000 Ks. And JD Martinez, Mookie Bett's quote, "possible but difficult to remain with the team." So we can talk about that too. Let's go back to your theory on and something just came through the wire right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Nationals offered Anthony Rendon a 7-year deal worth of $210 to $215 million in salary.
Decline that shit
in early September. You really decline?
Decline, man.
That's a pretty good deal, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. It's 30 mil. Okay, don't decline. It. Accept.
Yeah, probably.
But you have to test the waters. If they put it on the table, hopefully they keep it on the table. Let them test a little bit. Put just a tip. just for a little bit, and see what he gets.
Yeah.
By the way, CT, you said this came down the wire. I've always wondered, the wire. What does it look like?
It kind of looks like you see your audio levels.
Yes.
That's the wire.
Ah, gotcha.
At least that's what it looks like in my head.
Sorry.
I mean, I just totally made that up. I don't know. What do you think the wire looks like, Manny?
Yeah.
Through the wire.
That makes sense. I want to go back to this Manny Machado comment that he sucked. I want to just real quick, just for me and Yankees fans out there. Giovanni Urshela, 889 OPS this season. Manny Machado, 796. All right.
Damn, man. I hope Manny Machado wins the MVP next season.
Gio Urshela, 132 WRC plus. Manny Machado, 108. All right.
Manny Machado, 32 home runs this season. Holla.
Yeah.
Everybody was jacking 30 home runs this season.
Last place. I'm surprised the Padres finished last in that division.
Yeah, they had some hype for a little bit.
Yeah, they were above 500 for a hot minute. They must have had a horrible second half. But I mean, they lost Fernando Tatis Jr., who was the real deal, by the way. And things like that. And Chris Paddock wasn't the same halfway.
They had to shut him down. But anyways, Manny, I am dying to hear your theory on why the Angels fired Brad Asmus after one season.
So, I agree wholeheartedly with what you said, and I wrote something on Call to the Pen that just came out. It was just published recently. So here's some things. So like you said, Tyler Skaggs passes away. 15 starts into the year. He was having a pretty decent year. He's one of those guys that you could have relied on for a full season of pitching. 2, Albert Pujols is a year older and he's more expensive. And he's going to be a year older next year and he's going to cost more and the year after that he's going to be older and he's going to cost more, even more then. Mm-hmm. Secondly, Preller did not do anything to help this pitching rotation. They pitched to a 5.12 ERA this year. That's the worst since the year 2000 for that team, and it's the fourth worst ERA in the organization's history. So, they lost Tommy La Stella, who was having a phenomenal season. Andrelton Simmons was the best player on that team 2 years ago, was decent last year, and this year just wasn't the same, only managed to play like 100 games. So why would you fire Brad Asmus? This isn't a good sample size or a good way to judge what kind of performance he put through. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of two things. A, it's either that they're scapegoating Asmus because they announced that they weren't going to fire Billy Epler, their GM. So maybe Billy Epler threw him under the bus, fire him, it's his fault, he doesn't know how to manage, blah, blah, blah. That's option number 1. Option number 2, in my opinion, the Cubs just fired Joe Maddon before Mike Scioscia became the manager of the Angels in the year 2000 or 1999. Who was the interim manager for the Los Angeles Angels? Joe Maddon. He just also said today, it came out that he's interested in the job for the Angels. So my theory is Joe Maddon will be hired by the Los Angeles Angels.
Damn, that's a hot take right there.
Hot take.
That's crazy. But still,
woo!
If an organization is willing to do that,
sorry.
Still, though, if an organization is willing to do that, I mean, what message does that send to your team? To me, it's kind of like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Like
they don't know. But you're right. They don't know what they're doing. They're a stupid organization. They're locked down with Mike Trout and Albert Pujols alone. They're locked down for almost $80 million. Like,
that's insane.
That's insane. There were teams that didn't have that payroll this year. They were tanking, of course, but still, like I think the Tampa Bay Rays had a lower payroll than that, and they won 96 games this year. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're dumb. Dummies.
They're dumb dung.
They're dummies. I'm gonna look at team salaries, so make sure that I'm not. But they are
man.
dumb.
But I mean, Joe Maddon. I mean, okay, he's cool. He's one of those good managers, but. What is a manager these days? Isn't it all analytical? Like, couldn't this guy Brad Asmus just? Isn't it going to be kind of like the same outcome?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think you're right. I think managers nowadays are kind of putting forth the message that you get from the front office. But again, even if you get a message from the front office and you execute it, how could you execute it properly if Shohei Ohtani isn't playing, Tommy La Stella isn't playing, Andrelton Simmons is hurt, Tyler Skaggs dies, you
play in the Astros division.
You play with you play in the Astros with the division with the Astros. Tampa Bay Rays salary this year $63 million.
Jesus Christ, man! Justin Verlander ended the season with exactly 300 strikeouts.
Conspiracy theories.
I think we need to talk about who's getting that Cy Young award.
That's crazy.
And I think Garrett Cole should get it. I
think I agree with you.
I mean, I'm looking at Verlander's numbers. Here we go. Those are Garrett Cole's numbers. See, I almost made a mistake. Justin Verlander leads all Major League Baseball in WHIP, hits per 9, strikeouts to walk, pitched the most innings this year, started the most games, 300 strikeouts, and he led all Major League Baseball in wins. Garrett Cole, 20 wins, led Major League Baseball in ERA, led Major League Baseball in strikeouts, led all Major League Baseball in ERA plus, in FIP, and strikeouts per 9. I'm giving it to Cole. Just me, though.
I'm giving it to Cole, too.
Yeah, and honestly, people are talking about a co-Cy Young award. Just give it to Cole. Justin Verlander already has, what, like 2?
Something like that. A little something
he has
like
one.
That.
He has one.
He has an MVP,
second
though.
The year. Yeah, seriously. Which, that's debatable as well. But both magical seasons. I'm pretty sure, I think we mentioned this last week when we said if they both get 300, they'll be the first pitchers on the same team to do it since Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling.
Yeah.
When they did that in 2002, they won the World Series the year before against the Yankees. Let's not forget it. When they did that, let's see, Randy Johnson, 334 strikeouts, led all Major League Baseball. Also led with innings pitch, ERA, most wins. Curt Schilling had 316. And led Major League Baseball in FIP and WHIP. So it's pretty identical here. I mean, if both of them combined for their season highs, they would pretty much lead in all categories for Major League Baseball.
And if you're a believer in FIP, the difference between Garrett Cole's ERA and FIP is 0.14. The difference between Verlander's ERA and FIP is 0.68. So Garrett Cole's ERA is 2.5. His FIP is 2.64. Verlander's is 2.58 and 3.27. So Garrett Cole is one of those true outcomes pitchers. Like, his fielders aren't really going to play that big of a role in his performance.
Yeah.
Verlander is going to need his fielders' help, and it seems like they did help him because his ERA dropped a lot because of his fielders. He also gave up a lot of home runs this year.
Yeah. But see, home runs at the end of the day, I mean, I would like to see what the average distance was on the home runs that he gave up. Because imagine a lot of those home runs just barely made it over.
Yeah. I also think my theory was, and I think we talked about this on our group chat, not on the show. My theory is that he was being selective and that he was okay with giving up home runs in spots. Like, if he was facing this. So first off, this year is an anomaly in terms of home runs. Like, so many home runs were hit this year. Clearly, we all heard it. The juice balls, blah, blah, blah. We beat that shit to death. So, Tommy La Stella hit 16 home runs this year, which is more than he did in the previous 5 seasons combined. In those 5 years, he hit 10. So that goes to show just how much home runs people are hitting this year, right? I think that Verlander was selective to his. What I'm interested to see is, and there probably is a stat for this, is who was he giving his home runs up to? Was he giving it up to like the bottom of the order? You know what I mean? Or was it like the big boppers? Because to me, it looks like when you look at the amount of home runs he gave up to the number of runs that he gave up, a lot of them were solo shots, and they don't mean anything. So you can give up a solo shot here and there. What I would be worried about with Verlander is if he is just giving up home runs because, I don't know, because a pitch is failing or whatever, in the postseason, a solo shot could kill you. So, I don't know.
So I just quickly clicked on splits in Baseball Reference. Batting order, home runs.
Ooh.
Batters 1 through 2, non-pitcher, 11. Batters 3 through 6, 16. And batters 7 through 9, 9. I feel like that's a pretty even.
Yeah, that's pretty even.
Type of thing. But maybe you're right. I don't really understand if he was selective in choosing pitches, why he just wasn't less selective, I guess. I'm not really understanding the whole theory behind what you're saying, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that if he was being selective and when he can choose to give up a home run, why not just turn into Verlander, through the whole lineup and not give up the home run?
And have a sub-1 ERA, greatest pitching season of all time.
Get another MVP?
Cray.
I don't think they're gonna get the Cy Young. Is that even a thing? Does that ever even happen?
I don't know. I bet it has. I would just give it to Cole though. Their stats are pretty identical, but I think Cole edges him out just a little bit.
Yeah, and you're right. Maybe.
But by the way, Cole gave up a lot of home runs too.
Yeah, 1.2 home runs per 9 versus 1.5 to Verlander. So
yeah, he gave up 29 home runs, and Verlander gave up 36. That's a lot.
Now, but for Garrett Cole to put up this kind of season, the year before he becomes a free agent, I mean,
oh my God,
Jesus Christ,
right?
It's career highs in strikeouts per 9, career high in ERA. That's pretty much all you need. Career high in strikeouts.
Let me see something here. Justin Verlander gave up the third most home runs in baseball, 36. Garrett Cole, 29. They're both, that ranks 21st, but there's a lot of ties in there. So they're like, they both give up a lot of home runs. Surprisingly, that to me just a lot of solo home runs, solo shots, which tells me that they weren't being as aggressive. Maybe they tried to sneak one past somebody and it got hit.
Or maybe the Astros tell their pitchers how to pitch and teams know what to sit on.
So there is a way that they pitch. They throw high the trick, but not the trick. What people have found is they're throwing high fastballs and mixing it up with a lot of breaking balls. So fastballs go high all the time, and maybe guys are standing up there and just saying, "I'm only going to swing at a high fastball, and that's it." And if I connect, it might go out. It might go out. Who knows?
Yeah. High fastballs and breaking balls low and away. That's how we do it in MLB The Show.
Fastballs, spray charts. Yeah. I want to see where their home runs are.
While you are looking into that, I want to go through the final stat leaders of the season. Not all the stats.
Okay.
But some of the stats. Ready for this?
Ready.
Home run leaders. We already mentioned this. Pete Alonso, 53, led all of Major League Baseball, and he's a rookie. And Jorge Soler, 48 for the American League. Batting average. Tim Anderson led all baseball for the American League as well. 335 batting average. Yelich, 329. RBIs. Anthony Rendon, 126. Jose Abreu, 123. Surprising there. Jose Abreu. And Tim Anderson, league leaders. Stolen bases. Malik Smith, 46. Ronald Acuna Jr., as we mentioned before, 37. On base percentage, Mike Trout, 438. Christian Yelich, 429. Slugging, Yelich, again, 671. Trout, 645.
Crazy.
Barrels. Barrels are many. You want to just real quick describe what a barrel is considered?
Barrel percentage. Isn't that like a combination of the launch angle, like the perfect? Yeah,
it's like any exit velocity over like 100 miles per hour, I guess, and the launch angle of like 15, I guess. It's like the perfect. Yeah. It's just think about, if you've played baseball before, think about the perfect connection that you get where the ball just goes flying in a 45-degree angle. That's pretty much what a barrel is, I'm assuming, in Major League Baseball standards. The two leaders, which not ironically, were also the leaders in home runs. Jorge Soler, 70, and Pete Alonso, 66. Wins, Justin Verlander, 21. Steven Strasburg, 18. ERA. Stop it. ERA, Ryu, 2.32. Garrett Cole, 2.5. Strikeouts, Garrett Cole led all of Major League Baseball at 326. Jacob deGrom, which the difference in this is crazy. Yeah. Garrett Cole, 326. Jacob deGrom, 255. Saves, Kirby Yates, 41. Osuna, 38 from the Astros. The Astros are shining bright here in the
unbelievable
in the stat leaders.
They're gonna dominate everything.
outs above average. What is outs above average? I just learned this today. Man, you probably already knew this.
I don't.
They take the catch probability of every ball hit to an outfielder. And then if they catch it, they credit them with I don't know how much. And if they don't, they debit them for the ones they miss.
So these two hitters make more outs than other people.
No, it's a fielding stat. These two fielders were the best fielders. Victor Robles of the Nationals with plus 21 and Kevin Kiermaier 17. So
Kiermaier will make 17 more outs than the average player in the outfield.
I'm assuming that's what that stat means, but what about like, for example, I think Kevin Kiermaier can cover a lot more ground. So what if there's a ball that's really supposed to be hit for like is there for every ball hit between two players or let's say three players, because let's say there's a ball hit between center field, left field, and the shortstop. Is there a probability for each of those three, or is it the same probability?
The way I don't understand, the outs above average is kind of the first time I'm hearing this, but I'm assuming that they calculated the same way as defensive runs saved, and the thing was defensive metrics, like, it's so fucking complicated because how do you really measure it? Anyway,
it has to be, yeah.
It's in a matrix. They put it in a matrix. Like they divide a field in a grid system, and certain grids belong to certain fielders. And then after collecting all the data, you start to see which catches are probability of 99% or whatever, so on and so forth. I'm guessing that Kevin Kiermaier can cover a lot of ground and make more outs than the average person within that grid. Yeah, is what I'm guessing.
Makes sense. So, anyways,
who does this shit? Baseball Solutions. We had a guest, Mark Simon, last year, who does that. So, go check that episode out.
We're gonna just have to start spitting these episodes out in the off season again.
Wired. We should.
But yeah, I knew Kevin Kiermaier was a great defender. I didn't know Victor Robles was this good. This guy is probably going to have a breakout season next year.
We'll see.
Let's see what a season was like this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
Robles. Victor Robles. 17 home runs, 139 hits. I expect this guy to have a lot of runs. 86 runs. I would expect him at 140 strikeouts. Jesus.
He doesn't get on base a lot. That's why he doesn't score a lot of runs. And 86 runs for a 326 on base is not bad.
Yeah. I mean,
but to give this guy 617 plate appearances is concerning.
Yeah. It's the National League, man. You got to give these guys at bats.
But he Dominican, so he aight.
We like him.
I like him. He's only 22. He should be good. Once he starts to get some of that good, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I know what you meant by that.
The vitamin B12, quote unquote.
All right, so we kind of already gave our predictions for the wild card tomorrow. I think the Nationals are going to beat the Brewers. I think Oakland is going to beat the Rays. Anything you want to add to that, Manuel?
There was something I wanted to add to that.
Anything you want to add to the overall playoff picture? We got the Yankees facing off against the Twins, the Astros facing off against the AL wildcard winner. We got the Dodgers facing off against the NL wildcard winner, and we have St. Louis facing off against
the Dodgers. Braves.
Los Bravos.
I think that that's not possible because that means the Nats are going to face off against the Dodgers in the NLDS. That kind of sucks, man.
No, it does not.
I wish that they were facing off in the NLCS because I think those are the two powerhouse teams in the NL. I think the Braves are a phenomenal team. Don't get me wrong, but their bullpen is kind of weak, and I think that I want to see the Nats do something. This year.
I'm gonna say something about that. We had similar predictions last year about the Braves. They won the division last year, but they kind of fell off towards the end, and we kind of predicted that they weren't. I think they got swept.
I believe so. Acuna didn't. I think they won a game. Didn't Acuna hit like a walk off?
Yeah. I think you're right about that.
Not Acuna. Was it Albies? Somebody hit a walk off, but that was the only game they won. I think.
I think we should try to dig up that old episode of our predictions before the playoffs started and just replay that segment of what our predictions were last year. Yeah. And, reminisce. But I do have something to say about the Nationals, even though they haven't even played the game yet. Let's pray to God that they do win so we can see the Nationals play the Dodgers. But we can't be spoiled with this, man. We got to be happy that those two teams are at least facing off, Because
you're right.
Let's say the Nats didn't. Let's say both of those teams got eliminated in the first round, and they would never get to face each other.
You're right, man. You're right.
So
you're right.
I'm gonna appreciate
what I will say is that it'll be an upset if the Brewers beat the Nats, because I think that the Nats are far superior than the Brewers. But it is kind of cool to see this team lost its best player, and they just for some reason went on some tear. Like they came together, and they're taking over. We've seen that before too. So, the 96 Yankees. Just saying. Any
excuse to bring the Yankees up. I'm used to it, guys. I know you're too. But the Brewers don't have... They lost Christian Yelich. And the big blow also, I don't know if he'll be ready, is they also lost Lorenzo Cain to an ankle injury.
And Braun.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But they have Hader. So if Hader can find himself and become the Hader of last year, the player Hader,
the racist Hader,
wow power.
They should let that guy open the game and pitch 4 innings, man. Fuck it.
Right, I would opener status.
I kind of wish the Yankees. I kind of wish the Yankees
jumped aboard, huh?
The what?
You've jumped on board?
Oh, to letting an opener pitch what a starter would usually pitch, and we're back to having starters pitch 5 innings?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? A full circle? I kind of wish the Yankees were the ones facing off against... I mean, this would mean that they have the best record and home field advantage, but I kind of wish it was the Yankees facing off against the wild card team, obviously, because I'm a Red Sox fan, and I feel like those two teams have given... Well, I know the Oakland A's have given the Yankees more trouble this year, and I do think the Oakland A's are going to win. It would have been cool to see the Rays face off against the Yankees in the playoffs, but also because I just think the Yankees own the Twins, so I feel like that series is kind of a wash,
Yeah, but it's a different Twins team this year.
You think
they're a different team? Yeah, I mean, look at the third best team in the American League, 185 run differential. Let's see. They've scored 939 runs this year. That's the second most in the American League. They're kind of the Yankees of the Central.
Yeah, but you know what, Manny? I'm gonna hit you with this one. Players change, but the game remains the same.
Word. Sounds like a rap lyric.
I remember Big Mama's House.
Oh, Big Mama's House. Good movie.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about like
Martin Lawrence
sad one? Oh, never mind. Different Big Mama. Different Big Mama.
there's another Big Mamas.
There's
movie?
Well,
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, I don't know if it was called Big Mama, but it was about
Let's
a mama.
See. No, Big Mama's House is Martin Lawrence, undercover FBI agent, dressed up as Atlanta. I'm assuming it's Atlanta. It's the South.
You know that I'm gonna sing right now, guys. Get ready. You know that R&B song, "Mama, Mama, you know I love you. You know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart." You know that song?
Nah.
So that's based on a. Oh my god! Thanks for letting me sing all the time. So it's an R&B song. There was a movie about like how the grandmother of this family kind of like kept the family unit together. Yep. It was very corny.
That's kind of like what this movie's about. Like he plays the role of the Big Mama, but he's an undercover FBI agent. It's very like, Martin Lawrence-y type of
thing. Soul Food. The movie's called Soul Food. Oh my god, I'm way off.
Let me look at. That's the movie that's the movie that the Big Mama song is based off of.
That Mama song, yeah. Mama. You want me to sing it again? Mama, you know I love you. You know I love you, mama.
I typed in soul food, and the first thing that comes up is BuzzFeed video. Black people try soul food for the first time. BuzzFeed always got to do shit like that, man.
It's with Vivica A. Fox. Vanessa Williams is in it. Mekhi Phifer.
This ain't no movie. There's no Mekhi Phifer. Mm-hmm. Look, I don't know what. All right, what is soul food about? Just say it already, because it's a comedy. It's a comedy drama.
No, it's not a comedy. It's more like a drama, kind of.
Soul Food is a 1997 American comedy drama film produced by Kenneth Babyface Edmonds.
Babyface, baby.
So let's see here. Soul Food, 7 out of 10 in IMDb. Holla.
I'm sure it's not a good movie.
Okay, Soul Food had to. Big Mama's House had to somewhat be related to the Big Mom and Soul Food, because they wear. It looks like they wear the same type of thing.
Maybe it's kind of like Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Like it's making fun of it, maybe, or something.
Nah, Big Mama's its own thing. It's its own. Okay. There's even like a part 2 to it. Which was not good. But anyways, I completely forgot. I don't know if you want to talk about the JD Martinez and Mookie Betts thing. This episode is already long as hell, and we still haven't even gotten to football.
Nah, we don't have to talk about it. I mean, I kind of touched on it a little bit. I told you when we started the episode I hope that you really enjoyed 2018 and that you're gonna savor that memory and remember the good times.
I can honestly see JD Martinez opting out either way. And
I don't think he's going to, man.
I think he is going to. And we can also save that conversation for another day, because that's an off-season conversation. And there's going to be a lot of time for that.
Truth with an F.
So, anything else with baseball?
There was something else. Oh, yeah, the TV viewership thing. I just wanted to make a quick comment on this, because somebody in our group chat mentioned this too, how attendance is down.
Not just anybody.
TV ratings.
Not just anybody. He's probably listening to this right now.
He is.
Driving to work.
Sandy, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you, buddy.
Yeah.
The thing is,
you got a shout out on the show, man.
Word. The thing is, and I mentioned this in the chat, is we don't know what the streaming numbers are. How many people stream out there? CT, I know that you do watch TV on your television. You have the Yes Network and stuff like that. But do you stream some games as well?
Of course.
Right. I stream most of my games, and if not, I'm watching them on MLB Network because I live in Pennsylvania. I'm not a Philly fan, Pittsburgh fan, Nats fan. I'm not any of those. I don't. But the Orioles, I'm not a fan of their team, so I watch my Yankees on the MLB TV app, or I watch on MLB Network. So I'm not counted in these ratings, and there's a lot of me's out there. So I would be interested to see what those numbers are, and did they go up from last year? And something tells me that they did, because the fact is that, yes, there was a lot of downtimes this year, a lot of strikeouts, but there was a lot of records being broken this year, a lot of home runs being hit, clearly, and people watch that shit. Like Citi Field was fucking on fire with Pete Alonso, which is surprising to see. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. Hey, represent for the streamers.
Let's go, streamers. We're going streaming! Into this gymnasium and up to the quad!
Hey, now.
Sorry.
I know what movie that was. Don't worry about it, man. I got you.
Thanks.
All right. Guys, we're going to move on to the NFL Week 4.
I'm not going to do that.
All right. Yeah. Real quick, we're going to go through the scores. Thursday night football, Eagles beat the Packers 34-27. That was one of the greatest Thursday night games I've seen. It was really interesting throughout. I thought Aaron Rodgers played great. The GOAT. But, the Eagles came out with the win. So, shout out to the Eagles. Titans beat the Falcons 24-10. The Browns destroyed the Ravens away 40-25.
You think you could Chris Berman this? Like, give them each a nickname?
The Doo-Doo Browns. The shit-colored Browns beat the... Come on, man. It's the Browns. That's such an ugly... I mean, you know what? I've seen some psychotic Brown fans out there, so I take it back, but that's a really boring name /
it is,
uniform /
helmet,
looks like
everything.
It looks like shit. They play it like shit sometimes. Oh, I want to mention something about that Browns game later too. I have it in the notes, but we'll talk about it. But still, I was surprised they handled the Ravens like that, especially since everyone was raving about the Ravens.
Why
like that?
Oh, got it. Yes, very good.
All right. The Patriots beat the Bills. Josh Allen took a nasty hit, and the guy was not tossed out of the game. I don't know why. This Pats get this unfair treatment, man. Like,
I feel like refs are letting a lot go this year, a lot.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a season where they let less shit go. Like, now you can challenge holding calls and stuff. Like,
I think they don't know. I think their hands are tied. They're like, should I call this or not? Is it going to be overturned? They're just like, they should just let them ref and just, make shit challengeable. Let them ref how they normally ref. And that's it. And the game will fix itself because they're going to start to learn, okay, this usually gets overturned, so I'm not going to call this or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Too many rules.
Yeah. So I have to repeat it again, man, just so I could, just so people don't think that I'm hiding away from this. But the Patriots did beat the Bills 16-10. All right.
Sure did.
Josh Allen did not finish the game for concussion protocol, I'm pretty sure.
Bills played a good game, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on them. And Brady looked bad yesterday, and they were attacking him. Game.
Josh Allen throwing 3 interceptions did not help.
No, and Brady, if you can get to Brady, that's the key to beating the Pats because
that's how the Giants
that's how the Giants won. You go after Brady. He doesn't like to get hit, and you saw him yesterday. He was getting rid of that ball super fast because he didn't want to feel the pain.
Yeah,
but you lost.
Fuck it. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Lions 34-30. I know I watched the very end of that game, and Matt Stafford had the ball with like 13 seconds left, and then I stopped watching. I don't remember what happened after that, but clearly they lost. The Panthers, shout out to Kyle Allen, Manny. The Panthers beat the Texans 16-10. The Raiders beat the Colts 31-24. A little more on that Raiders game later. The Chargers beat the Dolphins 30-10. The Dolphins are terrible, 0-4 now. The G-Men, Giants.
Danny Dimes, baby.
Destroyed the Redskins, held them to 3 points. How bad are the Redskins that the Giants held you to 3 points? Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I mean, let's just say what we spoke last week, how bad the Giants defense is. And they held an NFL team to 3 points. Like, that's pretty impressive.
Who's worse, the Dolphins or the Redskins?
The Dolphins, I would say, are worse.
Freaking Redskins are pretty bad, man.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they drafted a quarterback, like at least they have, the Dolphins have, what's his name? Last year's. Yeah. He's like, a forgotten project at this point if he doesn't start turning it around. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals 27-10. They're the Cardinals, whatever. Oh my Jesus Christ, the score to this game. The Buccaneers beat the Rams 55-40. I had no idea. Insane. That's a franchise record for the Buccaneers.
That's insane.
I had no idea that this game was like this. I'm surprised that the Buccaneers beat the Rams, and then that has to hurt when the Buccaneers lost to the Giants last week because of that missed field goal. They could have been 3-1 right now. The Chicago Bears beat the Vikings 16-6. Everybody's going after Kirk Cousins and all that money that he's getting paid to suck.
Trubisky, well, you're with the Bears. According to Adam Schefter, he dislocated his shoulder, but he won't miss as much time as you would expect. All we know is that he's going to be back sooner rather than later, but he has a labrum tear, won't need surgery. I think he's out for this week, at least.
Yeah, and speaking of that Vikings game, Adam Thielen, who's a beast, was held to 6 receiving yards. That's his fewest since 2016. And just to add fuel to the fire, he pretty much kind of called out the quarterback in the interview, saying that you have to know how to throw the ball. He didn't say that Kirk Cousins has to know how to throw the ball, but I think he was alluding to that you can't just keep running the ball. Eventually, you're going to have to throw it. And clearly, they don't know how to do that as a team because he's a beast and he only has 6 receiving yards. The Jaguars beat the Broncos 26-24. What's this quarterback's name for the Jaguars with the mustache that everybody's raving about now?
Oh, 2 wins in a row now? Is it Chubb?
No, it's
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He looks like Uncle Rico from from Napoleon Dynamite?
He's a nobody, but now he's making headlines now. I forgot. I could probably find out right now.
It's the Welcome to the Show podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We do not know a lot of football players' names. Too many fucking people on the field.
Man, I clicked on the first thing I got. I cannot find this quarterback's name anywhere, but I'll find out.
I'm going to Google Uncle Rico NFL quarterback.
And I like this one. The Saints beat the Cowboys 12-10.
Minshew. So, Gardner Minshew.
There you go. And today, teams that want to buy Jets and the 49ers. And tonight, Bengals versus Steelers on Monday Night Football. Those were your Week 4 scores. My fantasy football team won for 2 weeks in a row now, so now we're 2-2.
Good for you. Yeah, man. I just want to mention, if you want more in-depth football talk, fantasy football advice, make sure you check out the Hotheads podcast. And one of the hosts of the Hothead podcast is putting together a weekly streamers and dreamers list. So any players you can stream and players that you should stay away from. So check those out at WTTSpod.com, and don't forget to check out the Hotheads podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to the Hotheads. Here's some more football news that happened yesterday. Raider Vontaze Burfict. His name is Vontaze Burfict, I think is how you pronounce his name. But we all know who this dirty player is. He has been suspended for the rest of the season. I don't know if you saw the hit, Manny.
Was this the hit against?
This happened yesterday. I don't know who he hit, but it was dirty. The guy was like already kind of coming off the ground. He just completely lunged forward, helmet to helmet, destroyed the guy. But he is also the player who pretty much knocked Antonio Brown out of the game, and everyone's saying that was the beginning of the end for Antonio Brown. Basically, he just been on mentally unstable since then, pretty much.
Antonio Brown, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the perfect hit.
So this is his 4th suspension.
Sorry. Here it is.
This is yeah.
Oh, what a jerk, man! Head to head, helmet to helmet.
Yeah. Look at the hit that Josh Allen took yesterday, man. I think that guy should have been at least thrown out of the game.
He was on the ground and everything. This guy.
Yeah. So this is the longest. This is the longest punishment ever in NFL history for an on-field incident, and it's his 4th suspension in his career. I think I read a stat where he's paid like $5 million in fees and penalties since, I guess, in his career.
That's crazy.
But I'm to be honest, I'm kind of shocked that someone has been suspended from the NFL, because as dirty of a player as he is, the NFL, the way of the NFL, like the sport, is like a hard-hitting, dirty type of way. Like some people get away with helmet to helmet, depending on like, what the player that they're hitting is doing. So I find it kind of weird that they suspended him for the whole season. I have a feeling that they're going to overturn that somehow.
He's going to appeal for sure.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to appeal. I was kind of just shocked to find out. I mean, he's a repeated offender.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. like he's a pedophile. Offender,
like, he's just like pulling his pants down and showing the team and shit. But so I get it. He is a dirty player. But there's a lot of dirty players in the NFL,
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised with that. So yeah, Patriots, Jonathan Jones is not facing suspension for his hit on Josh Allen. Pretty upset about that.
Of course not.
I thought that was a pretty dirty play.
Patriots. Like he said. By the way, did you read that was it Belichick's brother or something was on the field during Bill's practice? Like, I guess he was recording or something, and they had to escort him out.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding, man. These fucking Patriots. Listen,
I did not hear that.
An organization that will accept a murderer into their homes, accept a sex assaulter person allegedly into their homes. Cheaters. Okay, they deflate footballs on purpose. They record practices. I say remove the Patriots from the NFL.
Aaron Hernandez did not commit a murder until after, after he was a Patriot. He wasn't a murderer,
but he had a sketchy past when
they're football players, man. Look, unless you're a quarterback or maybe like a wide receiver, but if you're in any other type of position, especially on defense, there's something wrong with you to begin with.
All right, then they deflated footballs. So.
To have to play that sport with that passion, and your salary isn't guaranteed, not for all these players. I mean, I don't know. I think there has to be something wrong with you a little bit. Like it's kind of like those UFC fighters. Like those guys are a little bit over the edge, at least at the very base.
Find the story. Bill Belichick's.
While you find that, I'll continue here. Larry Fitzgerald, Larry Legend, passes Tony Gonzalez for second most receptions in NFL history. He's only behind Jerry Rice now, and I think it's pretty crazy that now third in NFL history is Tony Gonzalez, who's a tight end.
Right? Fact check. Got a fact check. Dialing it back. Not Bill Belichick's brother. It was Bill Belichick's son. So Sean McDermott escorts Bill Belichick's son off the field during pregame warmups for the Patriots-Bills game. McDermott did not like how long the Patriots staffers were on the field.
Rocket Mortgage has helped millions.
Fucking cheaters.
What the hell was that?
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
That was an ad playing on the website that I was reading. I
was like, oh man, live from Bills.
Let's see. There is audio here. Let's see what it says. Okay, never mind. It's just audio of the stadium. Head coach Sean McDermott, Bills head coach, has Patriots staffers. I guess Bill Belichick's son was among them, removed from the field.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, fucking cheaters.
Jesus.
Remove them, man.
Here's more news. Adam Gase, for all you Jet fans. I know there's that one Jet fan out there listening. We love you. Adam Gase tells reporters that Sam Darnold is cleared for non-contact drills. I don't know what the hell that means, because it's football. I'm pretty sure everything is contact. So if he's only cleared for non-contact drills, what's the point, right? He's not going to be ready probably for Sunday against the Eagles, which
the Jets,
I hope they get killed.
The Jets are the Mets, right? Of football.
See how we both said that?
Mm-hmm.
You see how it's kind of like a universal agreement?
Yep.
You Jet fans out there?
They're just a joke, except that the Mets get it right more than the Jets do. You know how they say that a wrong clock is right twice a day? That's the Mets. Yeah. The Jets are just like a clock that's completely broken. Like it's right only once a day because it doesn't move. It's broken.
It's just missing both hands, and
yeah,
so it doesn't have a chance. It doesn't have a chance to be right. God, anyways, I know you're gonna like this. Right. Danny Dimes is now 2-0.
Let's go, baby.
I have a feeling that Odell Beckham Jr. is at one point gonna chime in on this whole Daniel Jones thing.
Probably.
And he'll make a headline for it. We were looking at this guy's name before, Gardner Minshew. He was, I have him at the bottom of the notes here. I know I wrote that down for a reason. But anyways, speaking of Odell Beckham, did you see the highlight?
He probably is that where he got choked out in midfield?
Yeah, did you see the whole thing?
I did not see the whole thing, no.
So I don't know if it was a running play or it was a play where he had to block. So he's blocking the defender. And they're rough. They're going at it. He's blocking. The defender's trying to get past him. He's blocking. And then I see Odell Beckham kind of throw a punch. And then the defender kind of picks him up and just starts choking him out on the ground. And I found the whole thing hilarious because I just feel like Odell Beckham Jr. oversteps boundaries because he's Odell Beckham Jr., you know? So yeah. for him to throw a punch, I mean, it's like I said before, I think defenders are a different type of crazy in the NFL. This guy just starts choking him out midfield, like not giving a fuck. No flag was thrown. I don't think a flag was thrown for them. Maybe there was a flag on the field for another reason, like holding or something, but neither of them were thrown out of the game. I wouldn't be shocked if they fine the defender because he choked out Odell Beckham Jr., you know, the NFL's Prince Charming shit. But I just found the whole thing pretty funny.
Yeah, and refs aren't going to make any calls in his favor because he talks so much fucking shit and he makes himself the victim of everything every single week.
Yeah.
And I bet, thank God that the Browns won, because had they lost this week, you were going to start to hear Odell Beckham chirping about his team, talking shit about his team, little, passive aggressive comments here and there. Yeah. I wonder, after seeing Danny Dimes, it's only 2 games, and this last game he threw 2 interceptions, so he wasn't as precise, but overall I thought he played a pretty good game. I liked what I saw from Danny Dimes. I wonder if Odell Beckham in the back of his mind is wondering, what could he, would this have been a better fit for him if he had stayed with the Giants? Because Baker Mayfield, he's on my team, on my fantasy team. He's my second quarterback. Fact check, he's my first quarterback. But I don't like what I'm seeing from this guy so far.
Nah, I feel like from what I've seen, and I'm no NFL expert, football expert, whatever, but from what I've seen with Baker Mayfield, he looks very like anxious or something. Like he's like very like not smooth with it.
Yeah, and he talks so much fucking shit. Jesus.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like, I feel like quarterbacks, not that you have to fit this sort of mold, but if you're gonna respond to every criticism, every critic, like he still mentioned, God, what is this guy's name? He still mentioned Rex Ryan after the win. Yeah, like he still mentioned Rex Ryan. Like, bro, if you're gonna let every little thing bother you, then you're gonna be stuck as your ceiling is what it is right now. I feel. Exactly. Like you can't respond to all this shit. You're clearly gonna get criticized because you do talk a lot of shit, and you play with a chip on your shoulder, which is cool. But like you can't respond to every critic that's going to say something about you, especially Rex Ryan. Like the guy's an NFL analyst. Like he has to choose, either you're gonna win the game or you're gonna lose. If you chose that you're gonna lose, then
I think it's that Rex Ryan said that Danny Dimes is better than Baker Mayfield. I think he called him overrated or something like that.
Then still though.
But again, to your point, I like it. Use it to flame your fires, to get you pumped up and shit, but then back it up with your play on the field. You know what I mean? Don't just go out and beat beatable teams. Go out and beat good teams too, because that's the thing. Go back to last season. I don't think he's beaten a team that's over 500 yet.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So, I don't know. The guys at Hot Heads could fact check that, because that might be bullshit, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Like, I think I heard that somewhere.
So Danny Dimes went to second week in a row. So you like what you're seeing?
I like Danny Dimes so far. I think he's mobile. I kind of feel bad. Like yesterday when I think he threw a touchdown, and I saw Eli goes and shows him some encouragement every time, and he'll give him a high five, good job, this and that. But Eli's such a goofy looking guy that I feel bad watching him do that, because I'm like, God, like this is what he's become now. He's just a Danny Dimes' cheerleader. Like I kind of wish it does. It has to hurt. I kind of wish that the Giants could find a trade for him, and just send him away. You're not gonna get much in return, because what does he have to offer? I don't know. Maybe the Steelers, maybe the Panthers, maybe the Jets. I don't know. Let him play somewhere else.
It's going to be interesting for some teams. Like, I mean, the Jets lose, they're going to be 0-4. So,
Jets. Who do they face this weekend?
The Eagles.
They're losing.
That's week 5. Next. I don't know why I mentioned the Jets. The Jets have a quarterback. What I meant to say was teams like the Jets who can possibly be 0-4 or 1-3 or 1-4 after week 5. Maybe this is the tipping point for them, and where they'll finally decide to make a move for a guy like Eli. I didn't mean to just mention the Jets.
You think the Jets will make a move for Eli?
No. That's why I said I don't know why I brought up the Jets, like possibly being 0-4, because they already have a quarterback.
I see. Okay.
So I take that wasn't just trying to take a shot at the Jets, man. I'm sorry for Jets
fans out there. Jets. The Eli's too good for the Jets. I'll say it.
Damn, man. I'm gonna stay out of that one.
For you New Yorkers out there, I'm gonna name you the teams that have won a championship since the Jets last won a championship. Ready? All of them.
Really?
Yes. The Jets are the last team.
You're kidding.
Not kidding.
You're telling me even the Browns have won a championship since the last time the Jets?
No, New York and New Jersey. Local teams.
Oh, I get you.
Sorry, that didn't land as well because it was confusing. Sorry.
No, you did say that. You said New York teams since the Jets. Yeah, they all.
I was like, damn, man. That did not get the reception I was waiting for.
Well, guys, I guess, nothing else. Manny, any last words?
Nothing. I'm pumped about the MLB postseason. I'm a little worried that the Yankees are going to be sitting on the sidelines for 5 days before they play again because the AL wildcard game is on Wednesday, then they have the travel day, and then they play on Friday. But I get it. They want to have baseball every day. I get it. And I do want to watch these games. So I'm pumped, man. I'm anticipating, I'm hoping that the Rays can sneak past, although I'm more scared of the Rays than the A's. But I think we can handle the Rays. We've seen them enough times.
Well, you wouldn't be the ones. You wouldn't be the ones playing the Rays or the.
Great point, CT. That's an excellent point.
You're saying you'd rather have. I mean, who you think can match up better against the Astros?
So in that case, I don't know why I thought because I did say on our chat that I hope that the A's win because I want the Astros to have to fly over to Oakland.
Oh, okay. But
the Yankees just have to go down to their second home. Actually, no, Minnesota, who they own, have across the pond, across the lake, the big lake there. God, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I think what you meant to say was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Manny, please, because okay. you can correct me all the time. Would it be worse for the Astros to have to travel to Tampa?
No, because it's literally right there.
You're right.
So
you're
Houston is in Texas on the Mexican Gulf, so they're literally right across the ocean right there. But it's like nothing. It's like right there, literally. It's probably like an hour flight.
Yeah,
not even.
You're right. I don't know my geography.
So I want these motherfuckers to have to fly all the way to Oakland. Good 5-hour flight. Nice, comfortable jet that they have. Watching TVs. Verlander getting a blowy in the back by Kate Upton. I don't know what they do in their spare time.
I would watch that, man. I'd pay for that.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna come on and say celebrities on sex tapes is just something that intrigues me. It intrigues me.
Oh boy.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
And real quick.
Yes.
Let me just say this. I want to see what the hell this game at Oakland is gonna look like. Because I feel like it's such an ugly field.
It is an ugly field. It has that long foul territory.
Yeah, for them to have a postseason game there, like.
Yeah, but the Oakland A's fans, they're pretty loyal and they can be pretty vicious. So.
Okay.
And Tampa has no fucking fans, so they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, there's people here."
That's another thing. Like, it'd be interesting to see what games look like in both Tampa and Oakland. We'll get to see what the wildcard game looks like in Oakland.
Well, remember, Tampa made it to the World Series in
2012,
15, 12. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't remember, but I know David Price pitched at some point.
He sucks.
Out of relief.
That's all I got, CT. The replay podcast drops on Fridays. The Hotheads podcast drops on Wednesdays. Visit WTTSpod.com. Our music is by BM Varga. Our logo is by Luigi Gomez. Our new logo is not by Luigi Gomez. That's all I got, CT.
Hey, guys, that was the Welcome to the Show podcast, man. That's how we do it.
What?
All right? Now, listen, if you're a fan of the show, go on our Instagram and just say that you're a fan of the show. And you're not going to get anything for that except a like.
That's it.
And maybe
and that's good enough in my world.
And that's good enough, man. That's it. Just you show love, we return love.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
So thank you for listening to the very end, and that's all I got to say.
Peace.
Peace.